Bhuvadeshwariye Nama. A very good morning to everyone. I am Abhirami Jaykumar, the host for the day. Alumni are the pride and ambassadors of any institution carrying its name and values into the world. They represent the success and legacy of the college through their achievements and contributions. Alumni form a strong bridge between the past and the present, inspiring current students through their journeys. Their experiences and insights are invaluable, helping shape the future of our institution and guiding the next generation. With hearts brimming with joy, we gather here today for the Amrita Alumni Kochi campus hybrid session on insight into the opportunities in pharmaceuticals for all prospective healthcare professionals. Today, we all are gathered here for a hybrid session on white coats to boardrooms, unlocking careers in medical affairs and beyond. We'll help you explore the exciting world of pharmaceuticals beyond traditional clinical roles directly from one of our esteemed alumni. Before we begin, let us take a moment to invoke the blessings of our beloved Amma, Sri Mata Amritandamayi Devi, a source of inspiration for all of us. May her blessings continue to guide us in all our endeavors. I invite Swamini Karunamrita Prana to light the lamp. I request all gathered here to please rise. Thank you, Swamini. We are privileged to have with us our Group Medical Director, Dr. Prem Nair sir, whose unwavering commitment has taken Amrita to unparalleled heights in education and healthcare. We are honored to welcome our Group Medical Director and Provost, Amrita Hospitals, India. I welcome you, sir, to this session. I welcome Dr. Girish Kumar sir, Principal, Amrita School of Medicine, AIIMS, Kochi. I welcome you, sir, to this function. I welcome Dr. Shanti Kumar sir, Dean, Research and Director, Amrita Center for Nanoscience and Molecular Medicine, AIIMS, Kochi. I welcome you, sir, to this program. I welcome Shri M.V. Thampi sir, Chief Program Administrator, Amrita Center for Allied Health Sciences. I welcome you, sir, to this function. Next, I would like to welcome Dr. Balagopal Varma sir, Principal, Amrita School of Dentistry, AIIMS, Kochi. I welcome you, sir, to this function. I welcome Dr. K.T. Molly ma'am, Principal, Amrita College of Nursing, Kochi. I welcome you, ma'am, to this program. I welcome Dr. Sabida M. ma'am, Principal, Amrita School of Pharmacy, Kochi. I welcome you, ma'am, to this session. I welcome Dr. Raji Prasad sir, Principal, Amrita School of Business, Kochi. I welcome you, sir, to this function. I welcome Dr. U. Krishna Kumar sir, Dean and Director, Amrita School of Arts and Science, Kochi. I welcome you, sir, to this program. I welcome Mrs. Sarvamangala ma'am, Coordinator, Amrita School of Arts and Science, Kochi. I welcome Dr. Dinesh Nair sir, Head of the Department, MHA, AIIMS, Kochi. I welcome you, sir, to this session. I welcome the soul behind this session, Dr. P.G. Nair ma'am, Emeritus Professor, Pharmacology, Coordinator of Nodal Office for Statutory Inspections and Chief Coordinator for Kochi Campus Alumni, AIIMS, Kochi, without whom this session would not have been possible. I welcome you, ma'am, to this program. Next, I would like to welcome the keynote speaker, Dr. Lakshmi J, MD in Pharmacology, currently working as Medical Science Liaison in the Cardiovascular area at Bristol Myers Squibb, leading American biopharmaceutical company in Bangalore. I welcome you, ma'am, to this session. I would also like to welcome our alumni coordinators, distinguished professors, faculty members, alumni staff, and students who form the backbone of this institution. You are the heart and soul of this event, and it is your stories, achievements, and bonds that make this alumni so special. Next, we move to an auspicious part of our event, the lamp lighting ceremony. This sacred ritual signifies the removal of darkness and the spreading of knowledge and positivity. I invite all the principals, Dr. P.G. Nair ma'am, Dr. Princey Louis Palati ma'am, Dr. Prem Nair sir, to join the lamp lighting ceremony. I request all gathered here to please rise for let us seek Amma's blessings on this wonderful event.
Samasta
Dr. Prem Nair sir's visionary leadership and dedication have played a pivotal role in shaping Amrita into a beacon of excellence in education and healthcare. Sir, we are truly privileged to have you with us today. It is my honor to invite our esteemed Group Medical Director, Dr. Prem Nair sir, to deliver the presidential address.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. Dr. Lakshmi, faculty members, staff, and students. I'm delighted to join all of you in the special gathering hosted by the Amrita Alumni Kochi campus. We are honored to host a thought-provoking session by Dr. Lakshmi titled White Coat to Boardrooms, Unlocking Careers in Medical Affairs and Beyond. She has taken a leadership role in the pharmaceutical industry, if I'm not mistaken, and it's a reflection of diverse and impactful career paths available to the healthcare professionals. The session is not just an exploration of various job opportunities, but it is an invitation to reimagine our roles in healthcare and embrace the evolving landscape of medical affairs, regulatory strategy, industry innovation, R&D, medical and clinical and administration, and so on. I'm delighted also that we are releasing our 9th edition of the Amrita Alumni magazine, which is a bridge connecting generations of Amritians. And Dr. P.G. Nair has been working very hard in getting it all together. In today's fast-paced and ever-changing world, staying connected with our alumni community is most important. It highlights our global network, forge bonds that transcend geographical boundaries. As we go through the pages of our alumni magazine, let us celebrate the achievements of our few alumni, cherishing their successes as if they were our own. Let us find inspiration in their stories, igniting our own aspirations and encouraging us to push the boundaries of what we believe is possible. So thank you all very much and look forward to a very engaging session and a wonderful day together. Thank you. Om Amriteshwari Namaha.
Now, we move on to a very special moment of this event, the release of our alumni magazine, Anugraha. Anugraha is more than just a magazine, it is a treasure trove of memories, achievements, and stories that celebrate the journey of our alumni and their enduring connection with Amrita. For this special occasion, I request Dr. Prem Nair sir and all the principals of all the schools at the Amrita Kochi campus to join us on stage and grace the magazine release ceremony.
Sir, we request you to release the magazine. You give it. Please come the coordinators of respective colleges. If your principal is not here, the coordinators please join. Hari, please. Please open the magazine and sorry, give me place here. Sir, you should have. No, hold it up. Thank you all so much for being so cooperative and
thank you all for gracing the magazine release ceremony. Now it's time for the highlight of our program. Now I invite Dr. Agila Nandan, who will introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Lakshmi J.
Om Amardeshwaraya Namaha. Good morning, everyone. It's my honor to invite our own alumna, Dr. Lakshmi J, to this wonderful event. A vibrant and always cheerful presence, Dr. Lakshmi is known for her clarity in communication, depth of knowledge, and ability to connect with audiences across disciplines. She did her UG from Sri Gokulam Medical College, Venjaramud, and PG from our own very prestigious institute, and passed out in the year 2024. Currently serving as a medical science license in cardiovascular therapy at Bristol Myers Squibb, Bangalore, she brings a rare blend of clinical, academic, and pharmaceutical industry expertise. She holds certifications in ACLS, BLS, GCP, pharmacovigilance, and has completed advanced training in randomized controlled trials in collaboration with McMaster and Duke universities. Her academic contributions are impressive, with notable publications such as Rituximab Safety Profile Analysis, a 7-year retrospective analysis from southern India, and Tislelizumab, Redefining PD-1 Targeting Strategies in the Era of Precision Oncology. She has also been awarded Best Podium Presentation at Aspire 2024 and presented at the 30th International Conference of Indian Association of Palliative Care held at NIMHANS, Bangalore. Dr. Lakshmi has experience organizing and speaking at numerous seminars and workshops. Her expertise spans regulatory affairs, pharmacovigilance, scientific writing, cross-functional team collaboration, and medical education, making her an excellent addition to any academic or professional platform. With her enthusiasm, positivity, and ability to explain complex topics in a relatable way, Dr. Lakshmi is sure to leave a lasting impression on every participant. I invite Dr. Lakshmi onto the dais.
So, good morning, everyone. A heartfelt thank you to Agla for the warm welcome. I'm truly grateful to be invited here for this talk. It's an honor and a moment of pride to return to the alma mater as an alumni. So when PG ma'am shared the news, I felt an overwhelming sense of joy and a sense of belonging. So being called back to the place that shaped me is a very special feeling. So thank you, Dr. Prem Nair sir, Medical Director, Amrita School of Medicine, Dr. Girish Kumar sir, he's not here right now, and Dr. PG Nair ma'am, and all the dignitaries who are there, and a special mention to Dr. Princy Louis Palati, my HOD, and wonderful professors, teachers, and the entire Department of Pharmacology, and my juniors, my seniors, and my co-PG, Dr. Aishwarya Sudan, who were all the integral part of my journey. So it's a very special feeling for me. So I'm deeply thankful for having pursued my post-graduation here, which actually laid the foundation for everything what I am today. So thank you once again for the opportunity. So it means a lot to me. So my topic, so welcome to White Coat to Boardroom, Unlocking Careers in Medical Affairs and Beyond. So this session is about how a strong medical foundation can lead to exciting careers in medical affairs and beyond. So myself, Dr. Lakshmi, MD in Pharmacology, and I'm a medical science liaison working in cardiovascular therapy in Bristol Myers Squibb. So let's move on to this session. So this presentation is based on facts and which is understood and interpreted by me, and I've put every effort to keep it close to reality. So if there is any deviation from the actual picture or contradiction to your views is purely unintentional, and for which I request your patient understanding. And these are my personal views, my experience, and do not represent the views of my employer, Bristol Myers Squibb, or any organization I am associated with. So this talk is purely educational, no commercial intent, and I have no monetary benefit or conflict of interest related to the content which is shared here. So, what is pharmaceutical industry? So, this question is open to everyone who is here. So, what is pharmaceutical industry in your opinion? Anybody? Anybody? Anything? What pharmaceutical industry, when you hear that word, comes to your mind? Nothing? Great. Good. Then? Okay, whatever. So, thank you, sir, for answering. Thank you, ma'am. So, before going to what is pharmaceutical industry proper, have you ever wondered why so many clinicians or healthcare professionals or anyone from the healthcare or life sciences background are now switching roles to non-clinical or corporate roles? So this is a trend now being seen. It's not just me, there are many out there. So have you ever wondered why? So why would someone spend so many years in medical training only to take a completely different path? Yes. So I have few reasons. So these are my personal views. So the reasons to switch, why this switch is happening to the non-clinical roles or corporate roles from a clinical or healthcare background. So first one, I would say, is a better work-life balance. So unlike clinical roles, we all know that demand long working hours, weekend shift, unpredictable emergencies. But it is not the case in corporate roles. It offers more structural and personal time. I'm not saying that there is a perfect work-life balance there, but we have to, with experience, we have to reach there. But it is better than what we are doing in clinical. And next is flexibility and work from home options. So we all know that there is no debate that hospitals require physical presence. But in industry roles, flexibility growth with experience. So you can adjust your hours and even work remotely, which is something which is unheard in clinical practice. So next is consistent income. So many clinicians, dentists, healthcare professionals who are working associated with hospitals, they face this income instability even after years of hard work. So even if you are having your own clinic or hospitals, the income is very unpredictable. Some months are good, some months are bad. So the pay is really unstable. So, but in contrast to industry role, it offers a more steady pay and a financial security is there. So that is another reason. Next is delayed financial stability. So let's face it, most doctors start earning only in the late 20s. I hope you all agree with me. So while others from different fields begin as early as 22 or 23. So by then, we are still students at that age. Exhausted from clinics, long hours, barely any personal life. So, but when it comes to industry, the stability comes much early, like in early 20s or something. So, and with less burnout also. I'm not saying that there is no burnout at all in industry, it's not true, but yeah, very less compared to what we see in clinical practice. So next comes the global opportunity. Yes, you heard it right. So I know that many of your your friends are pursuing clinical practice abroad, so but that is possible, but that also comes with high fees, I believe. So these fees are unpredictable, which are consistently increasing day by day, and also there are many other factors also which are involved to get into there. So, but in pharma, so with your experience in India, can open doors internationally, just like the IT. So because it is a global industry, pharma industry is a global one. So that is it. So that easy doesn't mean that you can just go pack your bags and go. No, it's not like that. It still takes effort to get there. But with relevant experience, it's very much achievable. So with the right background, right hard work, you can easily make this transition smooth. And next is not following the rat race. So breaking the rat race. So back then, when I was also in 12th grade, post my 12th grade, the only option which I knew was either be a doctor or an engineer. So I think many of you can relate to that also. So, but now students are very smart, and they are very much aware of what is happening outside, other than this particular 2 degrees. So things are different today. So if they know that if a clinical practice or working in a healthcare sector isn't their passion, there are other meaningful options which are available, which is non-clinical, corporate or industry roles. So it is no longer about doing what everyone else is doing, but you don't have to follow the crowd, right? So you can choose what suits you the best is what I believe. So with all this, having said all this, it doesn't mean that I pursued MBBS without any interest in clinical practice. No, absolutely no. So before getting into MD pharmacology, I worked for a few years in clinical settings, and I even worked during COVID-19 pandemic also. So I've always loved treating patients and found that part of the journey deeply fulfilling. However, over time, and for some of the reasons which I have shared, I felt that a strong pull towards the pharmacology, and I was inclined to the clinical research and all. So that is when I joined Amrita Institute of Medical Science, which actually laid a foundation for all this. So that is why I'm here today. So these are some of the reasons I personally moved into pharmaceutical industry. So as someone who actually walked this path, I can very well relate to every clinician or whoever actually they are planning to this particular switch. So I hope the subsequent slides will keep you informed to take a informed decision future. So in this talk, you will get to know about multiple roles which are available in the pharmaceutical industry, including medical affairs, regulatory affairs, clinical research, pharmacovigilance, market access, and more. And what are the key differences between these roles, and the skills which are required to achieve that, and how to prepare yourself for corporate interviews, career growth, and long-term opportunity which comes with that. So there are different skill sets that are required, right? So both technical and soft skills which need to be developed, and how to start building them at a very early stage. Now that I can see many of you are students, so you can start preparing that at a very early age. So coming to our question again, so what is pharmaceutical industry? So with this background, pharmaceutical industry is a science-driven field involved in the discovery, development, production and marketing of drugs and therapies used to treat, prevent or manage diseases in humans and animals. It combines biology, chemistry, technology, clinical research to create treatments that save lives and improve quality of life. And it operates under strict regulatory framework to ensure safety, efficacy and quality. So with this, that is what pharmaceutical industry means, or that is what it does. It does discovery, it discovers new drugs using molecular biology, biotechnology, develops medicine through rigorous lab and clinical testings, manufactures drugs under strict quality standards, and again monitors safety and effectiveness after the launch. So what are the career opportunities in pharma? So students, I can see that students are from various background here, not just medicine, from health sciences also, from life sciences also. So any field of study, pharmacy, biotechnology, chemistry, medicine, data sciences or business, we have career path in pharmaceutical industry like clinical research, regulatory affairs, drug discovery, genetic engineering, and starting from that, market access, health economics, etc. So earlier I told why this switch to this non-clinical field or a corporate setup. So why consider a career in pharma right now? Why? So pharma is a fast evolving industry with continuous innovation happening. If there is a disease, there needs to be a cure. So new therapies, technologies and approaches are evolving, and there is a growing demand for skilled professionals who can adapt and contribute to this ongoing journey. So career growth here is very dynamic with opportunities to move across functions and climb leadership paths. So it is impactful. It is interdisciplinary, there is a global presence there, and also the growth is very dynamic and constant. So the pharmaceutical industry has changed into 2025. So with the evolving AI and digital transformations, so AI is now central to the drug discovery, diagnosis, clinical trials, and even diagnosis, everything. If you see, there is AI everywhere. So it helps design molecules, predict drug responses, and we can even conduct visual trials. And we have precision medicine and personalized medicines. Now we have cell and gene therapies evolving, and evolving drug modalities like mRNA tech, radioligand therapies, and new platforms like bioconjugates and protein degrades are right now emerging. And we have regulatory and market shifts happening. So with all this, I think there is high demand for roles in market access, HEOR, real-world evidences, medical affairs. So skills in data sciences, regulatory strategy, and digital health are very critical. So with all the people we are coming from this interdisciplinary background, whether it is medicine, biotech, pharmacy, allied science, all are highly valued here in the stream. And with this complexity comes opportunity as well. So since you all are students, I'm not going in depth into the what a journey of drug looks like, but I'm very much going superficially just to give an idea of how a drug is being discovered, or how you are getting the drug which is in the pharmacy. So drug development process. First is drug discovery and development, which has target identification. So you have to find a biological target, be it proteins, be it genes, we have to find out it. And lead discovery, we have to screen the compound that interact with this particular target. And then comes the lead optimization, which improve potency, selectivity, and safety. And so that is regarding the drug discovery. And first you identify the target, then lead, and then lead optimization. And next is preclinical research. So we have in vivo and in vitro testing to again access the safety, efficacy, and pharmacokinetic property. And I think you all are aware about ADME, absorption, distribution, metabolism, especially the words which you frequently hear if you come to pharmacology classes. And then is the clinical trial starting from phase 1 to phase 4. and where phase 1 starts with safety and dosage in healthy volunteers, and phase 2 efficacy and side effects in small patient groups, and then phase 3 with large scale testing for safety and efficacy, and phase 4 which include post-marketing surveillance and long-term safety and efficacy. Then we have various regulatory approvals which are needed for all these drugs to be out in the market, and then post-marketing monitoring, that is pharmacovigilance. I hope you all are aware that ours is a regional training center of pharmacovigilance of pharmacology department, Amrita Institute of Medical Sciences. So we have that ongoing safety tracking in real world use also. So that is a quick how a journey of drug looks like. So this is again the same in a picture format. So now, what are the functions in pharmaceutical industry? What are the focus area of medical professionals in the pharma? So I'll walk you through the major functional areas that drive innovation, safety, and success in pharmaceutical and biotech industries. First is research and development, R&D. So that focus on drug discovery, identifying new therapeutic targets and molecules, and then comes the clinical pharmacology. So what is the clinical pharmacology? Clinical pharmacology ensures that we understand how drugs behave in the body after we have taken it. And then translational research bridges lab findings to the clinical application. So the key message here is, this is where innovation actually begins. So turning science into potential treatment. And then comes the clinical research. So that again involves clinical trial, ensuring the studies are conducted in a scientifically sound background and it is ethically conducted, and monitoring to ensure proper protocol adherence and data integrity. And so this validates the safety and efficacy of the new drug. So earlier it was discovery. Now this validates whether this drug is safe and efficacious for that particular therapy. And then comes the regulatory affairs. So it ensures the compliance with global regulatory bodies like Food and Drug Administration, Central Drug Standard Control Organization, European Medicines Union, etc. And so the regulatory teams are like gatekeepers of legal and ethical drug development. So we have job options there as well. And then comes the medical affairs, where I belong. So medical affairs includes role like medical science liaison, connecting science with clinical practice, and medical writing, which supports documentation and publication, clinical education. So medical affairs ensures that the science integrity and its clinical relevance, and it is being disseminated to the stakeholders who they are. And then comes the pharmacovigilance, which manages adverse event reporting post-marketing. So this function protects the patients and ensures the ongoing drug safety. Then comes the sales and marketing. So they drive product promotions, market analysis, brand strategies and all. Then biotech and innovation. So that is a cutting edge field right now, like genomics, bioinformatics, molecular biology. So these are actually, that fuels a personal medicine and novel therapeutic approaches. And then comes the quality assurance and control. So they use different analytical technologies to consistently ensure that the product consistency. And then comes formulation and manufacturing. So those who are from the pharmacy background, they do know what this is better than me. And then comes the health economic and outcome research, which is HEOR, which deals with pharmacoeconomics and pharmacoepidemiology. So this is where, these are the various functional areas in pharma. So this is not just for medical professionals. These are also for people who are from life sciences background as well. So what are the careers in? So these are the functional areas. Now coming to the careers in pharmaceutical industry. So first one is research and development. So in research and development, we have research scientist, clinical research associate, pharmacologist. What are the skills needed for this? So we have to have a proper health or life sciences background, and you have to have that analytical thinking in you, and you have to have a lab experience also to get into there. So it is ideal for MBBS, BDS, PharmD, biotechnology and pharmacology students. And so the workplaces include pharma companies, contract research organization, which is known as CROs, and biotech startup, academic labs. So everywhere the job opportunities are open. And then comes the regulatory affairs. So I hope you right now know what regulatory affairs are. So so the knowledge, we should have a thorough knowledge of what are the regulatory guidelines which are happening right now, compliances. So that is ideal for PharmD, pharmacology, nursing also. And again, the workplaces include consulting agencies, government bodies, and also pharmaceutical industry. And then comes the medical affairs, medical science liaison, medical advisor, clinical education. So what are the skill sets required for that? You have to have a thorough clinical knowledge with you, and you have to have an excellent communication skill, and you have to connect with the external stakeholders or external or internal stakeholders. You have to actually make that matter concise and deliver it to a more meaningful way to the stakeholders. So that is what medical affairs do, and that is again ideal for MBBS, BDS, PharmD, and who are and even for MD pharmacology. So it varies depending upon your background. And pharmacovigilance and drug safety, we have drugs safety associate, pharmacovigilance scientist. So we need to have a clear idea about the how an adverse event is reported, data analysts, the regulatory compliances which are associated with that. And then comes the sales and marketing. You all know that pharma sales representative, product managers, and market executives, so they also need thorough knowledge, and communication is a key there also. So, and then comes the biotech and innovation, where we have biotech researchers. I hope there are people from nanotechnology and biotechnology also here as audience. So we have biotech researcher, genomic analyst, bioinformatics specialist. So the skills which are needed for them are molecular biology, data science, and lab techniques. So these are ideal for those people from that background. So, and then there are early career programs. If you search online, there are many online sources or YouTube channels or many online courses are also available which are very open. So there you can go and search and do this early career courses like that is also available. So, as I told you earlier, it's not just for doctors, but there are many roles which are available for non-doctor professionals as well. So, if you see the eligible degree, there are degrees which are other than doctors also eligible for all this pharmaceutical industry role. It's just that you have to be well prepared, and you have to streamline to where you have to be, or where you have to see yourself in future. You have to learn, and you have to build that skill in you when you are at a student era or that early age itself. So this is again the major, so coming to each role set or each functions. So the major R&D departments in pharma, so I have already given you a quick glance, such as drug discovery, preclinical researches, drug development, regulatory affairs, pharmacovigilance and drug safety, medical affairs, formulation and analytical development, biostatistic and data management, and then HEOR and R&D portfolio of management. So these are the major R&D departments, and then there are also basic research which include medicinal chemistry, organic chemistry, molecular biology, biological science, biochemistry, and bioinformatics also, which is also needed to discover a new drug. So that is about R&D. Now coming to clinical research. So when you go to clinical research, and if you have seen that R&D and clinical research, are these two similar? Are these two similar in your opinion? So they are related, but they are distinct areas in the pharmaceutical industry. So in R&D, they focus on discovering and developing new drugs or therapies, where clinical research focuses on testing drugs in humans or animals to assess safety and efficacy of that. And in R&D, it involves preclinical studies, lab researches, formulations, and innovations which are happening. But in clinical research, it involves clinical trials, regulatory submissions, and also patient data analysis. And what are the roles in R&D? We have already seen that, but again to stress upon, we have scientists, formulation experts, toxicologists from different backgrounds, and in clinical research we have contract research, clinical research associate, clinical research coordinator, medical writers, and data managers also available. So what are the entry-level jobs which are available in clinical research, or for a fresher? We have clinical research coordinator. So clinical research coordinator mainly deals with the site level trial management. So that when the trial is happening at each site, they manages the trial. So that is clinical research coordinator. Then comes the clinical trial assistants. So they support the documentation and the logistics of the trial details. And then comes the medical writer. So that prepares clinical documents, summaries, and reports. So they curate that. Then again, pharmacovigilance associate, that you all know, handles adverse event reporting. And then is mid-level roles. So these are the entry-level jobs which freshers can look upon. And then we have, so after some experience or after proper certification courses which you have attended, we have mid-level roles which include, again, clinical research associate, regulatory affairs associate, clinical data manager, and safety scientists who evaluate the safety of the drug data. And then we have advanced level roles where after you have gone through all this, and or you have that expertise in you have that proper course in you have that skill set in you, then you can also look up for the advanced roles which include clinical project manager. So this clinical project managers leads the trial planning and executions. Okay, and advises, and then comes the biostatistician. They designs and analyze the clinical trial data. So any of one you have conducted, in your usual courses, you have, I think you have experience with the clinical research also. So there you need biostatistician help, and if the statistics is correct, then only you will get a proper output from that. Otherwise, it will fully go in vain. So you need biostatistician there, and then clinical operation lead to oversees multiple trials, and the teams are functioning correct. So how to get started? So you need certification in good clinical practice, good laboratory practice, clinical research, and pharmacovigilance. And these are the certifications. So you have, if you open your Google or something, then you can see there are open courses online available everywhere regarding these courses. And these should, and one thing you have to keep in mind, that these should be certified courses. You can just don't go, you have to have a proof that you have gone through all these courses, right? So you have to have a certification with you, so that you can get online. There are many courses available, search for it, find a proper thing, and then get the course done. And you can attach that to the CV when you prepare for the industrial level jobs. And then the skills needed here are medical writing, then data analysis, regulatory knowledge, and again, networking is the key. So you have to showcase that you have done all this. So networking is the key here. You have to showcase your talent. You have platforms like LinkedIn and all. So there you can always update your profile in LinkedIn with all these courses which you are gathered during your courses. And then comes each role. So clinical research physician or clinical research associate. So clinical research physician is a medical expert who oversees clinical trial to see if the trial is happening in a scientific or an ethical way. And the day-to-day activities include designing and reviewing clinical trial protocols, medical monitoring, assessing adverse effect, and there are many more. So these are employed by research-based pharma companies or contract research organizations. The work covers phase 1 or phase 2 to 3 development, and these are the roles. So what are the day-to-day activities? First is protocol. So writing and reviewing protocols. So you all know that to get a clinical research done, you need a proper protocol in place. You cannot just go and do a trial and just come like that. It's not possible. You have to have a proper protocol with you. So writing and reviewing protocol, assessing feasibility, whether the trial is feasible or not, and then sending draft protocols to the key investigator. You know that there are investigators involved, so you have to send the trial details to the key investigator. Then comes the inputs, preparation of patient consent. So we have to be like very ethical in the trials. You have to get proper patient consent. Even when you are doing your, as a student also, if you're doing any clinical research, you have to have a proper consent done from your end to conduct the clinical research also. So in the academic clinical research I'm talking about. So we need a preparation of patient consent and preparation, submission of regulatory approvals, advisory board activities. So these are the input level activities of the CRA. Then the site evaluation, evaluating and selecting qualified investigators and selecting proper sites to do the trials. Sites as in if it is a particular therapy which is involved in, then you have to see if this site is having that many patient load to conduct the trial or not. So that is site evaluation. And then reviewing the reviewing the sites and facilities which are there. Then reviewing case reports form. I hope you all know what is a case report form by now. I think my juniors from pharmacology will also be knowing that we are all doing this when you are doing our academic clinical research as well. So medical inquiries and good clinical practice issues and advertisements. So these are the day-to-day roles of a clinical research associate: protocols, input, site evaluation, and reviewing. So do you need to be a doctor to becoming a clinical research associate? Not necessary. Majority are pharmacy or science graduate. You have to have a thorough knowledge in that particular thing to get into a clinical research associate role. So being a doctor has any advantage? Obviously, yes. So we have a better understanding of therapeutic area and wide range of perspective for diseases, and we have that easy rapport building with the investigator because of the easy knowledge sharing and better understanding of study subjects. So of course, there is generally better pay package also available, but with this, it is not only for doctors. Pharmacy or science graduate from different backgrounds can also opt for this, but you have to have a thorough knowledge in what you're doing, again in all these parameters. So how can I get a cushy R&D job without having an R&D experience? So we are all just go there and get it. It's not like that. And if you have a proper experience, only they take. It is also not like that. So what do you need? So this is a cycle. So you have to, preliminary when you're in the student level also, you have to enhance the research level knowledge. And I hope Amrita Institute of Medical Sciences is a proper research institute also. So they have they empower students to do clinical research also during their academic courses as well. So make use of that, I would say. So enhance your clinical research level, and once you've done the clinical research, don't forget to publish it. You publish your research works and then do clinical research fellowships also. So then start with that, and then start early without fishing too much. So you have to start early and fishing too much for the ideal job. So it need not be that always you get the ideal job in the first place. So I think many times it takes time to get in there. So first you do all the courses and start early in whatever area you're getting, and then build your career. So seek employments in contract research contract research organizations. So they are actually very good CROs available, and they actually really teach you. It's a very good platform to actually learn many things also. So which supports pharma and pharma-based R&D. And then attach your academic center with strong R&D base also. So this is a cycle which is happening. So what are the skill sets which you need to get into the R&D job? You need a thorough scientific knowledge about how a clinical trial is going on, in-depth knowledge, drug development, then ICH, GCP guidelines, GLP guidelines, then research skills. You have to have a knowledge on how to review a literature, how to write a protocol properly, how to write the standard operating procedures, and then a little soft skill also is needed, which includes Excel, PowerPoints, and SPSS. If you have done your clinical research, I think you know SPSS, what SPSS is. And then communication, scientific writing, then proper PowerPoint presentation, how to make it impactful, then digital tools also, you have to know how to use it. So these are the certifications, again coming to GCP, pharmacovigilance, clinical research, etc. And you have to connect with the R&D. If you are planning to get into R&D, then you have to create a good profile in LinkedIn, and you have to have good connect with R&D professional, and you can share, and they can share their insights and help you grow with it. And in resume also, highlight whatever transferable skills which you are having, the certifications, the projects which align with this goal of this particular R&D also, you have to highlight that in your resume. And so start with, if you're not able to get in there like a contract, CRA in first place, just start with a role, adjacent role, like medical affairs, or join any professional groups or like that, and then you start getting there. You have various online courses and platforms which are also available. So that is the clinical R&D job hunting. So that is all about R&D. And next comes the pharmacovigilance. So I hope you all know what a pharmacovigilance is. So I can see students from allied medical sciences, then we have biotech students also. So I hope this is an integral part of your routine clinical practice, and you are going to clinical settings also. I think you have courses, right? I mean, first half of the day you go to the clinics. I think it is like that in your practice. So you know what a pharmacovigilance is, right? Anybody from the audience can help me? to define what a pharmacovigilance is? If you're not able to give a proper definition, you can always give, whatever you feel like what a pharmacovigilance is. Anybody? Anyone give it a try? I myself have mentioned pharmacovigilance so many times in my slides also right now. So I think you know. I think what is it related to? Safety. Adverse drug reactions. True that. So do you think that is important? Or it is like treating a patient and then sending them back home? Why is it important? Why is it important? True. Perfect. Good answer. So, what a pharmacovigilance is defined by WHO. It is a science and activities related to detection, assessment, understanding and prevention of adverse effect or any other drug related problems. So, I hope you all are aware that Amrita School of Medicine is a regional training center. So, anybody who have stepped into pharmacology department will would definitely get the taste of pharmacovigilance also is there. So it is not just a regulatory requirement. It is a critical component of clinical practice, ensuring that healthcare professionals, be it any healthcare professional, doctor, nurses, pharmacists, clinical pharmacists, anyone who is related to healthcare, they are equipped to detect and report adverse drug reactions, improve patient safety and contribute to the public health surveillance. So that is pharmacovigilance is all about. And what are the roles involved in pharmacovigilance in the pharmaceutical industry? We have drug safety associate or officer, medical reviewer, signal detection analyst, risk management specialist, pharmacovigilance manager or lead medical information officer, regulatory affairs specialist, pharmacovigilance auditor or inspector. So what is this? So case processor or drug safety associate. So they handles adverse event data entry and initial review. So that is data safety associate do. They handles whenever there is, if in trials also we will, patients will have adverse events also reported, right? So they handles the data and they enter it and then initially review it also. Then as pharmacovigilance associate comes with, they process individual case safety reports and ensures the regulatory compliance which is happening with that. And medical reviewer ensures, evaluates safety cases and writes narratives of that. So then we have PV scientists or safety scientists who conduct signal detection. So what do you mean by signal? Is anybody able to answer what is a signal? Give it a try. What do you mean? Signal in the context of pharmacovigilance. Anyone? So signal is anything new which is not there anywhere in the literature, which is a new thing which happens to a particular. So and any adverse event or anything which is not documented anywhere. So that is a new signal. So you have to conduct signal detection, risk assessment and prepare safety reports. So that can easily happen when you conduct a clinical trial with a new drug, right? You don't know what it actually does. Even though in the preclinical trials and everything, you have an idea of what it does, but sometimes new signals can come up also during clinical trials. So you conduct signal detection, risk assessment, prepare safety reports. So that is all about the pharmacovigilance. And coming to pharmacovigilance physician. So most companies have separate departments to assess and monitor the safety of marketed drugs. And great demands for doctors. Doctors are given preference considering their clinical practice and all. But it is an office-based role, a data orientation and requires close liaison with clinical research and regulatory marketing also. So all the things which I have previously mentioned in the clinical research as well, R&D, regulatory, all those knowledge also you need in this particular pharmacovigilance physician role also. What are the day-to-day activities of pharmacovigilance physicians? Assessing and interpreting adverse events to track trends to maintain the ongoing safety of the product. The product as in the new product or the new drug which is in the process of clinical trial, to assess and maintain the ongoing safety. prepare periodic safety update reports, PSUR. Anybody who is related to pharmacovigilance they are very well, I hope they are very well aware of what PSUR is. Carry out surveillance study, benefit risk estimations, handling clinical trial cases, regulatory inquiries, recommending label changes, requiring in-depth knowledge of product and disease. You have to have a thorough knowledge on what disease area of therapy this directed act, and then you have to have a thorough knowledge about the product as well to get into know that what is this all about, the signal or the adverse effect or everything. So that is the day-to-day work of pharmacovigilance physician. And then you need good databases and IT skills. Next comes the medical affairs. So what do you mean by medical affairs? So medical affairs majorly oversees the global or regional medical strategies and evidence generation and compliances. So we have medical science liaison, senior medical science liaison, medical science liaison manager, medical directors and therapeutic area leads. So what they do? So medical science directors or therapeutic area leads scientific strategies for specific disease area and manages cross-functional teams. So I will come to that. You will understand what are the key roles of medical affairs or the day-to-day activities. So what is medical affairs all about? It is scientific expertise and communication. So for example, there is a drug out there, undergone all the clinical trials, and now the drug is out in the market or it is about to launch in the market. And let's say it is a new therapy area or a new drug or a new target in that particular field. So the doctors itself may not be knowing the proper functions of this particular molecule, that molecule is developed by this particular company or drug or the industry. Okay, so to deliver unbiased, that is the key here, unbiased, evidence-based information to healthcare professional or key opinion leaders and translate the complex data. So the trials involve many complex data when it comes to mechanism of action. So it is very complex, right? So translate the complex data into clear and actionable insights. Insights as in, so what is actually happening in your clinical or clinical setting? So you can ask your doctor, like, what is the usual clinical setting which is happening around that particular therapeutic area or around that particular disease or that particular class of drug. So you then collect that and translate that to actionable insight if it is an actionable order. Next is stakeholder engagement. So build trusted relationship with the key opinion leaders or digital opinion leaders and patient group, and again gather insights to form strategy and development. Then evidence generation. So with all this you have to support real world evidence. So once a drug is in market or the drug is out for the patients, we don't stop evaluating or monitoring the drug at that level, right? We have to, so clinical trial is conducted in a proper setup which is actually structured, and so that is it's not an imaginary setup, but it is a proper controlled environment in which the trials are conducted. But when it comes to normal clinical practice, it is not at all controlled. Anything can happen anytime. So it is very much realistic when it comes to real world. So we have to gather real world evidences also, how this drug is actually acting in this particular set of patients or in particular region or something like that. So we have to gather real world evidences, so and HEOR, health economics and research, and then phase 3 and 4 studies, and drive publication planning. So how this particular data regarding this particular trials reach the other people? Through publications. So we have to have publication planning. So then the data dissemination happen. Then medical education and training, conducting CME, continued medical educations in different hospitals or platform to see or to deliver the unbiased science regarding that. And then cross-functional collaboration. It is not ending with just that. Like you have discovered a product, it is right now going to launch in the market, and you are just disseminating the science behind it to the stakeholders or the doctors. It cannot end with that. You have to cross-function with the other teams, which include R&D, again, research and development, commercial team, market access team also. So you have to have that cross-functional team mindset with you also. And this all again contribute to the product life cycle and the launch strategies also. And then digital AI and integration, you have to know how to use all this. And then compliance and governance. So compliance always comes with when whatever you do in the clinical trial. So this is something about medical affairs. So I hope you have understood something about medical affairs. So do you need to be a postgraduate to get into medical affairs? Preferably is, because you will be knowing in depth about that particular therapy or the disease or the molecule or the what are the other drugs available in that particular sector. So you have to have an in-depth knowledge. So, and which specialization is preferred depending on the role, but medicine and pharmacology are evergreen. And again, life sciences, biotechnology, public health is also relevant. If you have that medical knowledge in you and if you are boosting that medical knowledge, then you can definitely get there with proper reading and hard work. So that is also possible. So who can join medical affairs? So preferred is for postgraduate, MD, and then PharmD, PhD holders are also there, and MPharm, MSc, MPharm, BSc with experience are also accepted. And what specializations that fit? Medicine and pharmacology, the core roles like medical advisor, medical science liaison. And if you are in biotechnology, life sciences or public health, then you can check scientific advisor, medical writing roles also. Then clinical research, it deals with medical information and compliances. So next, so that is all about medical affairs. So I hope you know right now what is, or I think you have got an idea of what medical affairs deal with. So after the drug has been developed, so that is R&D. Then clinical research, you do vigorous clinical trials to see if that is properly there or not, to stringent rules and all, regulatory compliance and all. And then pharmacovigilance start from the clinical trial itself. And then it continues, so that is pharmacovigilance. And next come the medical affairs, where you disseminate this science to the healthcare professionals, all the stakeholders who are involved in it. So that is it is a flow. So we have reached medical affairs. Now it is market access. So this market access ensures that once a medicine is out in the market, it has to be accessible or it has to be affordable to the patients, right? So that is something which is deal by the market access people. So engage with payers and policy makers to support product inclusions, develop pricing, reimbursement strategies, that like insurance and all. Then collaborate with health, economics and research, and RW team is a real world evidence team to generate value based evidences. Then monitor healthcare policies, cross functional teams, and prepare value dossier submission for formulary listing. So these are the things which market access do, is ensure it is feasible, affordable to the people out there, like the patients out there. So the eligible background can come from life sciences, including pharmacy, biotechnology, MBBS, BDS, nursing can also do this. And what are the skills needed for getting the market access? You have to have a proper health economic or pharmacoeconomic understanding should be there. And you have to have a data analyzing like Excel's, SIS, scientific writing knowledge. And you have to have a proper communication also in place. Then you can get into this. So talking about my experience as a pharmacologist in the industry. So I pursued MD pharmacology with a clear goal of getting into the pharmaceutical industry. So from the day one, I did my homework and researched that which roles fit my degree. So I was inclined to clinical research also when I go. That is why I got into MD Pharmac. So I've done my proper research as to what are the roles which are available out there and what roles actually align with my career goals also. So, and then I understood the skills which are needed, and I built those skills in my studies, and I focused and given multiple interviews and learned how to give a proper interview with practice, and I presented myself effectively, and then I joined BMS as a medical liaison. And I hope that my role aligned perfectly with the background and career goals. So if you're clear about your path, prepare early and stay persistent and align your strength with the role, then you will get there. So that is what I believe. So pharmacology is respected. So your not just pharmacology, whatever your foundation is, it matters. Basic background knowledge in your foundation matters a lot. So be sure, then basics saves the day. So never underestimate core concepts. So the core concepts needs to be by hearted, and you have to know that, because that is what you have doing all these courses. And time management, juggling tasks is a part of the job, so you have to have a proper time management in place. And then talk well, travel well. Communication is the key. So you have to you have to have that ability to concise anything or everything or any complex matter which is given to you in a form that is very simpler for the next person or the person in front of you, be it ethical professional or anyone, any stakeholder. You have to deliver it in a form where it is simpler to understand to the person who is sitting opposite you. So that communication is the key. So then exposure, so you have to go, it has to go hand in hand. So you have to have that, you have to travel, you have to be ready to explore, then make your own work visible. So whatever contributions or whatever courses or whatever you are done, be it seen and be valued, and then be smart and confident. So confidence amplifies your impact, irrespective of whatever courses you have done or whatever, how your CV looks, it doesn't matter. You have to be confident and you have to know that what you are speaking, or you have to make yourself ready to be like taken into pharmaceutical industry. So be really smart, and yes, be a bachelor or a bachelorette. I would not say this, but just a joke, but flexibility help, because this role is very dynamic and it needs flexibility in that. So did my training in PG help? So this is the photo which is taken. All the professors or all the doctors are not here in this picture, but the picture, it's not the picture which matters. So yeah, this is the picture which is taken during my PG period. So my PG has of course helped me immensely, and it truly matters in the pharmaceutical industry also. So under the guidance of Dr. Princy Louis Palati, our HOD, so actually it wasn't all about training in academics. She constantly encouraged us to organize, host and anchor various programs. So I've done so many, and I've lost the count also how many I've done, but with each one helped me build my confidence and connect meaningfully with people. So I was inclined to clinical research also when I joined, but I had no clue what to do or where to begin also. So thanks to all the support to all my professors and my teachers who are there in pharmacology, I was able to build a strong foundation in medicine, clinical research and professional communication, and all of which is essential, I believe, in my field right now. But so yes, my training in PG really helped me a lot. And with all this, what are the expectations of the industry from you? So now that we have heard what are the roles available in the industry and what you can expect from the industry, there are some expectations from the industry also from you. So what are that? Be fast learners, adapt quickly to the evolving science. You know that science is evolving at a very fast rate, so you have to adapt quickly and you have to learn the science. Then data dissemination, so you have to know how to handle large volumes of clinical and scientific information, and not only that, you have to have ability to communicate it, negotiate it, and educate the stakeholders. By stakeholders, I mean, for example, healthcare professionals or the doctors who are going to deal with the drug. And then teaching ability, be a good teacher or a trainer. So train internal teams, external HCPs are all required. So you have to have a good trainer in you. And then innovative thinking. You have to always think out of the box, offer fresh perspective and solution to the problems. And then KOL manager. By KOL, I mean key opinion leaders. So those who are actually able to give an opinion in that particular area of field is key opinion leader. So you have to build a strong relationship with the expert in that particular field, and always you have to be a consensus keeper. So ethical leadership, be the consensus keeper of the science to maintain the integrity. And then at last, but it is a very important point to be remembered, which is multitasking. You have to balance diverse responsibility efficiently in the company, which is, so these are the sets which actually there are the expectations from the industry also from you. I'm not telling that you will reach in all these in the day one or something like that. No, it needs training, it needs your hard work, it needs time to get in there, but you'll definitely get there if you start practicing during your course, and for that you have to have an idea of where you want to get into also. So do a research and then accumulate the certification and proper courses, and then adapt to this quickly. How should I approach the interview? With all these things, the main thing is, even if you are having certifications, good courses, if your resume is like that rich also, you have to know how to approach the interview to crack the interview, which is a very important thing in pharma industry. You have to get in there, right? So what are the interview approaches. First is know the company. You have to know what that company is which you are going to give the interview about. What are the therapy area which they are in? I mean, they are growing. You have to know the company. What are their principles behind? What the integrity? What are their goals? So how you can grow in the company also matters a lot. So first is know the company which you are going to give the interview, and then master the therapeutic area. So I hope if you first, it is not that you can just go there and give an interview. They will have a proper, they will let you know that which therapeutic area they are looking onto. So master that therapeutic area. But with all your science background, I think that is very easy for you. Just master the therapeutic area. So medical knowledge is a foundation, especially for roles like clinical research, medical advising. So it is a very important thing here. So master the therapeutic area. Then confirm hierarchy or reporting system, how the company works, what is the hierarchy or the system which is there. And then be confident, don't lie, don't bluff with your resume is what I say. Be authentic. Your resume needs to be rich, true, but don't lie in that. Whatever you are writing in the resume, you have to know whatever you've written in that, and you have to justify that whatever you have written in that also. So don't lie, but be confident. So confidence is the key, and don't lie, dress well. Then you should sound excited, but should not be too eager to get into that. And then you have a cut-off pay in mind, but no harm in negotiating, right? But it's not that, so that is why I'm not stressing upon more about the salary package also here, because salary varies with different roles which you are getting. So there are, if you see R&D pharmacovigilance, there are different roles available from freshers to advanced roles. So the salary packages vary for each roles, and it again depends upon your expertise on that, how good you are in, and also how you give interview. So the background which you are coming, so it all matters. So that actually really matters to give that complete salary package. So that is why I'm not telling about that. If you have any doubt in that, I am giving your email ID, my email ID after the slide, so you can always approach me if you need any particular help with that. So the initial pay must be moderate, but you will grow with your hard work and all. And then showcase your skill. Be patient, focus on the learning, and showcase your skill. So there is stability. With stability and hard work comes with better opportunity. And so advice for freshers is that get a good certifications, make a proper LinkedIn profile, or whichever. So I think LinkedIn is better now. I'm unaware if just tell if you have any other profiles like that in your mind, but LinkedIn is what I've done. So curate a beautiful picture or a impactful profile in LinkedIn, connect with the stakeholders, connect with people whom you want to in the background role, and connect with them, gather insights with them, and then do the necessary courses which are available, and never hesitate to explore areas. And with all this, why should you join pharmaceutical industry? By choice or by chance? Is it money which is important for you? Or is a flashy life which is actually helping you or inclining you, making you inclined towards that? Or that it is trendy? Anything can be the reason, but don't forget the basic reason why we became medical professional or in the health sciences background is patient care. So you can partner in patient care, be it any role starting from, in research and development, you are discovering a new molecule, eventually that will benefit the patient, that will benefit the therapeutic area, right? And you are involving in pharmacovigilance, which deals with the drug safety and monitoring also. So you are ensuring that a proper drug with proper clear, which has gone through proper regulatory and proper rule set are reaching the patient, so that there will be less side effects, or the side effects we know also. So you are helping in each roles, and medical affairs, you are helping doctors or who are the stakeholders. You are disseminating science in an unbiased way. It is not promoting, it is unbiasedly. So these are the things, these are the side effects. So everything you are disclosing, right? So at each point you are helping a patient. At each point also. So we are partner in patient care. So life in pharma industry is good. It is, but terms and conditions apply like any other field. So yeah, so thank you so much. So with this, I'm wrapping my session up. So this is my email ID. So if you have any queries, you can mail me and ask me. I'm very much free to answer your questions if I'm knowledgeable in that. Thank you so much for patient hearing. And yeah, if you have any queries right now, if you want to know about any particular roles, or if you want to give me feedback on how my presentation went also, yeah, this floor is open.
Thank you, Dr. Lakshmi. The floor is open for discussion. Any questions?
Hi, Dr. Lakshmi. That was a very comprehensive talk about opportunities in the pharma industry. I had a question. I've observed that individuals from Kerala tend to choose pharma industry less than those from North India. Could you identify a reason for this? And my second question is, Malayalis tend to see pharma industry as a notorious entity or a villain. How can that be clarified so that future generations of students have less difficulty convincing their parents maybe that they want to work for pharma industry?
True that. Very good question, Lakshmi ma'am. She's my professor for my pharmacology department. So very happy to say that. To answer your questions, first is why people from Kerala or Malayalis are hesitant to get into pharmaceutical industry. I would say this is a very dynamic role which requires travel, so which you have to go out of your comfort zone. Definitely you have to. But in Kerala, we have that very conservative background. Not everyone, but yeah, it is there. Because, so I think people or students or the parents are hesitant, or they pull them back a little in order to not explore that because of the instability, or I don't know what exactly is, but which comes with that. And I think that is the reason why people from North are more inclined towards this, because they're very ready to explore, they're very ready to adapt, and they're very ready to travel to different places also. Because if you get into a role, it's not necessary that it has to be in your hometown or where you stay. I'm from Kerala, but right now I'm based in Bangalore also. But yeah, it needs to be the role, as the role changes or as the position changes, your area of work also changes. So you have to be open to where you have to go to pursue your passion. So that is first thing. I think with all this difficulties, which is holding, and this is not a proper traditional route, right? It is a different alternative pathway, and so you have to experiment a little to get in there. So I think that is the reason why parents are holding their children back when they hear about pharmaceutical industry also. So I think that is something which we have to worry about or to think about, to break that and get into a different path if you feel like so. And to answer the next question, which was, industry is not a villain. It is actually, so if you say that industry is villain, everything is villain out there, right? You have to have proper boundary, and you have to, if you're choosing a field, be it any courses, be it any career. So since right now you are here, and Amrita Institute of Medical Sciences is a properly established, safe environment, and it's a safe institute. It has been there for years, but there are students who are choosing courses which are out there, like with not that many experience, or with the institute which are not very heard of also. In that also, you do your own research before getting into there, because you have to, since you are paying, and it is your responsibility also to know which. So in my slides also I have mentioned know the company. So you have to know which courses you are taking, or know which company, what are their values and what are their principles, who are they, what are their background. You have to do a thorough search before getting into anything. That actually implies into your life, personal choices as well. You have to do a thorough research to jumping into anything, right? So with doing that, I think, and with proper mentorship, you have to have a mentor also. You have to get a proper guidance also. So that is why I'm telling you to connect with proper stakeholders or proper people who are actually in the roles which you like also. That you will get many in LinkedIn. So get a proper mentorship there, and choose wisely, do your thorough research in whatever area you're going to do, and then you get into it. It's not a villain. It is about how you approach and how you set your boundaries and which company you choose also. Yes, ma'am.
No, it is. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
It is not a villain anyway, because I have done the reverse pathway. I was the regional director of therapeutic pharmaceuticals,
Okay.
regional director South. From there I went to the medical college in Aurangabad. So I have come to 1/4 of the salary when I joined here. That's it.
True that, ma'am. Yeah, I agree with you. It's very flashy, trendy over there. But yeah, you have to choose wisely also. There are many industries, many companies out there. So you have to choose the company which properly align with your goals, principles, and your integrity also matters, right? So you have to have your thorough search, and it all depends on which company or which course you are getting into. So that you have to have your thorough background, their thorough background checks ready, and yeah. And you have to have a proper boundary also before getting into anything. But yeah, all which madam has said, it's all there. But yeah, even anything comes with a positive and a negative thing. But yeah, positives are many, negatives are also there. You have to choose wisely, is what I feel. Thank you, ma'am.
I selected spirituality.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Lakshmi, for this engrossing and exhaustive session. So, I've heard that life in a corporate pharma world is much different from a non-corporate entity.
Yes.
So, for an youngster who would be aspiring to get into a pharma industry, who might get attracted with the salary package or the flashy lifestyle that you're talking about.
I went as an youngster.
Yeah. So, slowly when you get to realize the rigors of an industry, you might even ponder about resigning, quitting the job. So, what would be your advice to an youngster to overcome these kind of negative emotions which might creep into their minds at any point of their lives?
Absolutely, very much good question, sir, because that is something which is there in the pharma industry also, because it is corporate. So in clinical practice, yeah, there are you are not carrying your patient with you to your home, but you are carrying your laptop or whatever devices which they are giving with you to your home. So yeah, work comes, work can be there. There are times where work can, it goes to the weekend also, it is there. So the key, what I feel is that to properly maintain a work-life balance, you will not reach it in first day, but you have to know what are your deliverables, and you have to know the proper roles and responsibilities of that particular role which you have taken, and you have to have a proper boundary and slowly build a proper work-life balance. You will not get there even if you take clinics, even if you take corporate also. Work-life balance is something which you have to curate for yourself personally, because you know what your personal life needs to be like. So you have to curate it with experience, and with hard work only you reach there. So work-life balance, set a proper work-life balance, set a proper time management, set a proper goal, and everything has to be time bound. If you go like that, it just again repeating, it just don't come in the first day itself. You have to gain it through practice, and you will get there. But once you reach there, then this exhaustion and this burned out phase, it reduces. I'm not saying that it reduces to zero, but yeah, this proper work-life balance that which you are creating, the time bound, everything, that will take you there in slowly. So that you need in any job which you are pursuing, you need that. So that is something which I feel is the key to prevent yourself from getting into burnout. Because anything which you can work hard and you can do more than whatever you record, but you have to see whether it is sustainable, whether you can stretch that thing to the long run also. So that you have to listen to yourself, and you have to properly curate a work-life balance based on your personal inclinations are. Yeah, so yes.
Were there any challenges that you faced while making the switch to corporate culture from hospital
Hospital.
academic environment? How did you deal with
Very good question. Yes, I faced challenges when I switched, because that was it was a very drastic switch, because I worked as a doctor, so, and then pharmacologist. So in pharmacology also we go to clinics also, we have clinical postings also there, and even though we are more into clinical research and everything, but we are in constant touch with in clinics also, and it is an hospital setup. So it is not like when you go to the corporate, it is a very drastic change. You have to, they have a different languages also, is what I would say. It is a different environment. So yeah, that was a challenge for me. But the key is to adapt quickly, and that you have to have within you, within you, to be prepared that there is a change going to happen. So be prepared for that, and even if how well you are prepared also, you will face that challenge. So, but slowly you will get there. That is what I feel. So the challenges when I faced, I gave it a time. I felt overwhelmed, that and all was all there, but eventually you will get there. So be patient to yourself, be considerate, be actually, love yourself more at that time, because you need that love, because you're facing a challenge right there. No, so with that, I think eventually you will anyway get in there, because when we were 12th grade or when we were post 12th also, we didn't have any idea of how this medical college or the clinics works, right? When we get into this particular field also, we were overwhelmed initially, but where are we right now? We are all into that. So the same way it happens there also. It is a different set, entirely different, very drastic change you are going to face. But yeah, but be patient is what I would say. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lakshmi, for that wonderful talk. It was really a reality check also, and there are nice opportunities there. I have one question. As we are molding and shaping the MD postgraduate students, I would like to ask you particularly, as one of our most successful aspiring students, what do you think we should do more? What you want us to add and what you want us to delete from the course? Like, how do you think we should go forward?
Thank you, ma'am, for answering that, asking me that question. But as I told earlier, so Amrita, MD Pharmacology in Amrita was not like what we do in outside. That is what I hear from my colleagues who have done MD from other institutes. So this is more inclined towards clinical research also. We have so many options available. It's just that we have to be open for that. So, and we have good faculties also to guide with that properly, and that is one thing. And when I've done my MD in pharmacology here in institute, she's my HOD, she's someone who pushes you to experiment, to explore. So she'll understand what are our difficulties or what are our challenges, and then she will push you through that. And then, so I have done so many, I have conducted, I have hosted, with all her guidance only, me and my co-PG, Dr. Aishwarya Sudan also. So we have conducted so many programs. So with that comes so many, we will learn how to network with people. We will know how to conduct a program, how to host this beautifully, and then how to end up also that. So that was all there. It was already there. So that is actually helping me right now also to plan things, to execute things. So that is what we actually do also. We have to execute many things in the field. So that is something which I gained from my course in pharmacology in Amrita. And apart from that, if you want me to suggest something which is different from what we are doing right now, then you can actually do courses. Like there are courses or training which are available where certain pharmaceutical industries are offering to budding MD pharmacology students. So you can go that and you can directly, so right now you have heard, so that is, you will directly can see, experience, and it's like a hands-on training of what actually happens in the industry. So that there are many training courses available out there, yearly trainings and all are there. So I think if you pursue that during your MD pharmacology also, then you will get an idea of what we are studying, reality we can see what they are doing there also, which actually help in your MD exam also, and also in future. And you can decide whether you want to go with industry or not. You can see different fields which is right in front of you, and then you can decide whether you want to go with that, or which field in that is you are interested in, and then which skill sets you have to gain in that. So all those you can gather if you do that courses which are available. So the yearly there are many courses, online and offline. I would suggest to go offline, because you can directly feel and see and get the insights from the trained professionals there. So that is something which I feel like introducing to your curriculum will improve or will make a change if you would like to. So that is something. Apart from that, I don't think is there, because everything is going smoothly. So it has helped me a lot. So this is a small minor suggestion, if you ask me, that I can give. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Lakshmi, for equipping everyone to make an informed decision regarding a career in pharma industry. Now it's time to felicitate our speaker. I request Dr. PG Nair, ma'am, to hand over the memento and Ponnada as a token of appreciation. Ma'am, please. I request Dr. Princy Louis Palati to hand over the certificate. Thank you, Dr. PG Nair, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Princy, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Lakshmi. Now, I call upon Dr. Amrita Ashok to deliver the vote of thanks.
Om Amriteshwaraya Namaha. Good afternoon to one and all. It is with immense joy and heartfelt gratitude that I take this opportunity to deliver the vote of thanks for today's inspiring session, White Coats to Boardrooms, Unlocking Careers in Medical Affairs and Beyond. First and foremost, we offer our humble pranams to Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, Amma, whose divine grace continues to be the guiding light of everything we do at Amrita. A sincere and heartfelt thank you to Dr. Prem Nair Sir, our respected Group Medical Director and Provost, for always being a pillar of unwavering support and vision. We also extend our gratitude to Dr. Girish Kumar Sir, our principal, for his continuous encouragement and presence at every step. A special mention and deep thanks to Dr. PG Nair ma'am, who always leads initiatives with boundless energy, elegance and commitment. Your guidance uplifts every event we host. A note of gratitude to all the principals across the campus who support and uphold the Amrita spirit across institutions. To our very own Dr. Princy Louis Palati ma'am, our HOD, thank you for your ever optimistic spirit and for encouraging every opportunity for growth and exploration within the department. It fills my heart with joy to be part of this moment. A heartfelt thank you to our distinguished speaker and my respected senior, Dr. Lakshmi J, alumna of Amrita and now Medical Science Liaison at Bristol Myers Squibb. Listening to you today was not just enlightening, but it was deeply inspiring. You have shown us that the journey from courts to boardrooms is one carved with dedication, constant learning, and a clear vision. And you walked that path with such grace. Your words today lit a spark of possibility in all of us, a reminder of how passion and purpose can truly shape a remarkable journey. To the audiovisual team, photographers, the event management team, and every organizing committee member, thank you for ensuring a seamless and memorable experience for all of us. To Swamini Karunamrita Prane, whom we fondly call as Karunaji, our wonderful catering in charge, thank you for always making sure we leave every event with not just our stomachs full but our hearts too. A warm thanks to Dr. Ramakrishna and Dr. Divya, Mrs. Smita Nair, our wonderful coordinators, for their support and contributions. To Mrs. Abhirami Jaikumar, the graceful host of the day, and my dear friend and co-resident Dr. Akhila Nandan, who introduced our speaker with such poise, thank you for adding warmth and charm to the event. A heartfelt thank you to all the faculty, staff, and my fellow residents, both colleagues and seniors of the Department of Pharmacology. Your sincerity, teamwork, and dedication turns every event into a success. The encouragement, enthusiasm, and tireless behind-the-scenes efforts you put in are truly unmatched and deeply appreciated. To the audience, thank you for being present, engaged, and encouraging throughout. A big shout out to the alumni and nodal office team for flawlessly executing all the responsibilities with dedication and without any discrepancy. A special mention to Anjali of the nodal office, a vibrant, ever-cheerful team member who embraces every task with enthusiasm and dependability. And last but not the least, a very special thanks to the AOC team who ensured the smooth functioning of this hybrid session. PG ma'am personally highlighted your silent yet strong support was instrumental in making this event glitch-free and successful. Thank you. Let us carry forward today's insights with enthusiasm and action, and may we continue to grow, connect, and thrive together as one Amrita family. Let's give a big round of applause to everyone here today and to those working tirelessly behind the scenes for making this session a huge success. Namah Shivaya, and thank you all once again. Now, may I request everyone to please rise for the national anthem, which has been rendered by Dr. Siddharth Vishwanathan, MCH Vascular Surgery, Distinguished Alumnus, MBBS 2002, AIMS Kochi. Thank you for your presence and participation in today's program. We wish you continued success in building meaningful careers that bridge science and leadership. Tea is being served outside. Please do join us. Thank you once again.